The evil truth of the Pied Piper. 77 headless skeletons found in a mass grave. Ghost children haunting a city in Argentina. And how on earth do you lose a giraffe in Texas?
Get comfortable. Turn off the lights. It's Monthly Spooky.
Welcome back, my spookies. It is indeed... You want to say it, Chell?
No, it's okay.
Oh. That time of the month. It's time for Monthly Spooky. And, of course, I'm your host, Enrique Couto, here with my good buddy and co-host, Michelle. Michelle, how are you? What was that?
I don't know. I'm not, good or something.
Is this because of the mosaic? Because you cut yourself making a mosaic?
I cut myself 4 times making the mosaic. It's not that big of a deal.
In
it's
one day, or
else.
just total in making it?
Total in this part of the mosaic, but one day I cut myself twice. But to be fair, once it was on the mosaic, and then I had a band-aid on my hand, so I was kind of clumsy, and then I cut my other finger on the same hand trying to lock my basement door. I got it jammed in the deadbolt. So
okay.
And I spilled water that had grout in it all over myself instead of the sink. Just down my body.
Why'd
and
you do
onto
that?
The floor. Because it was really heavy and the sink is high up and I just missed.
Okay. That makes more sense than if it, when you first described it, I imagined a cup, a small, drinking cup worth, and you just went, wah, and it just hit you instead of the sink somehow.
No,
it
it's
makes a lot more sense when it's a big bucket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder you were just nodding politely when I was like, oh, my morning, McDonald's messed up my order, and then I was running late for this, and you're just like, I've been through hell.
Those are the good things that happened this month.
Oh, okay. Then what are the bad things?
I don't know. Gigs got her teeth removed. People
All
were
of them?
mean. Just one of them, and one fell out magically, and we don't know how. They just gone. They were like, there used to be 5 teeth, and now there's 4. We don't know which one because they're so messed up. Thanks.
So Gigs had 1 tooth removed, but another one came out on its own.
But not then. Just some point.
Just
in the last
point, yeah.
Couple years, yeah.
That happens.
Well, it's not supposed to.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's supposed to, but it does. I mean, that is just a thing that happens. You get older, and animals, people, we lose teeth.
Just all of a sudden, and the little tiny ones that are all messed up at the bottom.
Especially the little tiny ones.
Oh.
Just say when I had dogs, those were the teeth that got removed the most, were those little tiny ones at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we only had to remove a few, but those would be the ones that have to come out.
Well, normally she loses the big ones.
I'm glad she's not losing any more big ones.
Well, she did. Well, there's one more big one that she's eventually going to lose. So.
Okay, fine. Jeez.
So it's been rough.
I mean, how's Gigs feel about it, though?
I'm sure she didn't enjoy it.
You don't know that. Did you ask?
No, because I didn't want to upset her anymore, because sometimes I ask, and then she goes on for 5 hours. So, no, not again. Not again.
Okay. Are there any more grievances you need to air about the last few days or week or whatever span of time this has all occurred?
I had 2 really bad inspections, and then also Banana Fish is getting taken off Amazon Prime. So there you go.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, the home inspections, that was pretty lame. I'm assuming you're talking about the ones you've talked to me about. Wow, Banana Fish is leaving Prime.
In 10 days.
In 10 days.
Yeah.
Do they have any idea where it's going to go?
I don't. I just know it's leaving Prime, and so do the Reddit people. So, I haven't really looked into it more than that.
Well, if the Reddit people said it, then it has to be true.
Well, considering I was like, I don't know if this is true. So then I checked on Prime, and it was true.
Oh, they have a little ticker thing that says this leaves on...
This leaves in 10 days. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Are you afraid it's going to go away forever? I mean, you don't have any copies?
There's not an official subtitled copy that was released.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, I mean, the only way for me to get it would either get it in Japanese, which I may already have, or to pirate it, which I may already have, but probably not. So,
okay. Well, I feel bad for you.
Thanks. This happened just last night, so I'm still a little upset. I'm sorry.
I could tell.
You can just go on. Stop. You don't have to talk about it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
It's okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
None of this is important.
Well, I mean, it's monthly spooky. We're just, we're catching up with everybody before we talk about like ghost children and giant cockroaches or whatever I have lined up. I don't remember if it was a giant cockroach or a person selling cockroaches.
I hope it's a giant cockroach.
Me too, but now I think it's probably a person selling cockroaches.
I mean, I guess that's okay.
I mean, I don't think it is though. I think the guy got arrested.
Oh man. Why?
We'll have to. This is a great tease. We'll find out later because it's in the list of stories we're covering this month. For me, see, I'm not all stressed out because unlike you, I've been dunking myself in frigid water every day.
Sure.
I have.
I believe you.
Okay.
I think it's upsetting.
Well, I mean, that is kind of the point. Is it like gives you a little shock?
Yeah.
It's okay. I was in the ice tub the other day and Rachel was passing by to go into the house and I told her to put her hand in for a second and she did. And she was like, oh my God, it's so cold. I was like, it's not even that cold. It's 45 degrees.
That's cold.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not cold. It's just, it's not that cold. I mean, it is when you dunk your whole body in it, but for just your hand, it's fine. Everybody's wimpy.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. Cold showers just weren't getting it done anymore. I had to go even further.
Mm-hmm.
So, but boy, when you come out of that thing, you feel positive. You feel happy and happy-go-lucky and ready to take on your day. I tell you that much.
Okay.
What, you think you would just cry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but that's good too, because that releases cortisol, right?
Maybe.
I mean, all right, fine. I'm just saying, I like it.
I know,
So,
and I'm happy for you, I guess.
The other interesting thing that's been going on is my TikTok is like, it's not like exploding obscenely, but it's growing at a really fast rate. I'm gaining about 70 or 80 followers a day.
Wow.
Yeah, like I have doubled the followers. I doubled my followers in like 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
It's really odd. And what I did was I do these little TikToks about folklore and, stuff I'm into, obviously. And I did a couple about Dayton, Ohio, like folklore and legends and urban legends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just feeding that to people that are in the Dayton area.
Oh.
The algorithm is feeding it and people are following like crazy. So I've been doing only Dayton stuff, which turns out there's quite a bit. And people just keep commenting like, oh, but what about this road? Or what about this bridge? So then I'm like, oh, I'll go follow up on all of them then.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool, other than the fact that it is TikTok and I've never enjoyed being on TikTok particularly.
Mm-hmm.
And, but my favorite thing is I'll say like in a video, in a town outside of Dayton, Ohio, there's a road that's haunted, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And people literally comment and go, it's not in Dayton, it's in Carlisle. And I'm like, yeah, that's outside of Dayton, Ohio. And then, or I said like on a road near Dayton, Ohio. And somebody said, it's not near Dayton. And then somebody, before I even commented, somebody was like, it's 20 minutes from me and I live in that place. And I go, when I go to Dayton, it takes 20 minutes. And somebody's like, it's really closer to Middletown. What?
Jeez. No one said it wasn't closer to Middletown.
Yeah. But it's also funny because like Middletown is a town halfway between Dayton and Cincinnati. So people aren't going to generally relate Middletown. They're going to relate the major cities.
Right.
So if you say someplace is near Dayton, Ohio, that's suggesting it's closer to Dayton than it is to Cincinnati or Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all you're saying, is that it's the largest major city in Ohio to it. But it's been funny that is like the thing people are constantly saying, like, that's not where it is. That's not where it is. And then one of my favorites was I talked about some haunted road. I think it was Forney Road. And some guy was like, I live in that town and I've never heard of it. And I don't even know where that is. So like, is this real? Like, does this even exist? And I had to comment. I was like, dude, I'm not trying to be rude, but like I Googled it and found where the road was immediately. Like you.
Yeah. Look.
Like, what do you need me to tell you? Like, which McDonald's you turn left at to get to it? Like, I don't know what you want from me, pal.
Yeah.
So, but at least the mean people have eased up. There were some mean people, but my favorite is people think I'm AI.
Oh.
Which I guess I'll take as flattering because my picture quality is very high and my audio quality is very high. And I think that's exactly why they think it's AI, is because I use like a really high-end microphone and I EQ my voice really well so it sounds like a voiceover. I think that alone throws them. But when people say like, dude, I know this is AI, stop. And then I come and go, you know too much. And then like a GIF with like a robot on it or something. But anyway, so that's been an adventure. If anybody listening to this discovered the podcast through TikTok, wonderful, because that's my only goal, is to funnel TikTokers to check out the podcast. It is funny too, because people will comment and be like, I could listen to your voice all night to fall asleep. And I'm like, well, don't listen here where it's 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Go to Weekly Spooky, for the love of God, for the love of all that's holy and unholy probably. But I have been shocked at the sheer amount of folklore in and around this area. I was not prepared for it to be that much.
Yeah.
Like in Germantown, Ohio, which is not far away at all, unless you ask these people, they're like, it's nowhere near Dayton. Like, my mom grew up in Germantown. It's 15 minutes away from me. But they have the Butter Street Monster.
Whoa.
What a name.
Like, is the street called Butter Street, or is it a really buttery street? Or
I wish it was a buttery street. No, the street's called Butter Street.
Oh.
But apparently there were a bunch of people in the 60s and 70s who claimed they saw like a Sasquatch-looking creature on Butter Street. But then some people commented and said that in the 90s when they were growing up, their grandma used to tell them stories about the Butter Street Monster, and they thought it was a giant snake.
Oh.
I just love how that happens, though. Like how the folklore, and then some people be like, I've lived in Germantown for 45 years and I've never heard of this. And I'm like, that's what's so fascinating. I wish they'd stop acting like that means it doesn't exist. I mean, the folklore. The worst part is too, the videos aren't like, hey, this really happened. They're, hey, people talk about this. And then somebody says bullshit. And I have to go, no, like, look at the comments. People are literally saying like, oh yeah, we used to, you know, on sleepovers, we would sneak out to Butter Street and like look around and, you know, it's like, it's funny how that works. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk all about some spooky news. We're back, and Chell, I suppose it is time for the spooky news.
The spooky news.
So I have a question for you, Michelle.
Yes?
How many headless skeletons is too many? Like, if you discovered headless skeletons, how many would be the amount that you would be like, oh, shit?
I think 5.
5?
Yeah, because I think anything lower than 5, I could probably figure out a reason that it would make sense that there'd be a bunch of headless skeletons.
Okay, no, that's sound. Unfortunately, this one is going to be a lot for you then.
Like 6?
From people.com, archaeologists found a 7,000-year-old mass grave filled with 77 headless skeletons, and they still don't know why.
Well, I assume they buried the head somewhere else.
I mean, that would be, I hope so, because otherwise, what are you doing with I don't want to know what you're doing with them heads.
Maybe they just didn't have heads. Maybe they just had some kind of congenital defect where they didn't have heads.
Is that a thing?
Maybe.
I feel like a head is very necessary to existence.
Maybe we were just wrong.
Okay. I mean, maybe we need to reconsider our prejudices. Mm-hmm. Okay. No, I can respect that.
Good.
Good. Archaeologists studying a 7,000-year-old settlement in present-day Slovakia expected to learn more about how some of Europe's earliest farming communities lived. Instead, they uncovered a mystery they're still trying to explain. Buried in a ditch near the settlement were the remains of 78 people, but all but one were missing their heads. So there was one person with a head.
What did that one person do with all the other people's heads?
I like how you're like, that's what brings the most. I kind of agree with you. That's what brings the most question is, okay, well, we've established a pattern of 77 headless corpses.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there one with a head?
Yeah.
Like, was the person doing it did they get lazy? They're like, I'm tired of this. I just want to go home.
We don't need to take this guy's head off. It's not worth it.
The discovery, detailed in a recent study published in Proceedings of the Prehistoric Society, was made at Vrabel, one of the largest known Neolithic settlements in Central Europe. Researchers say the unusual burial site offers a rare glimpse into how some early farming communities may have viewed death and the human body. At first glance, the scene appears to suggest violence. I mean, is there such thing as like a non-violent decapitation?
I mean, if
you were nodding like you're like, duh.
Yeah, I mean, come on. No, I don't know. I don't know if you can consider it violence if it was post-mortem. Like if they're just.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it still feels like a violent act just because like it's not like cutting off a head is something you can do as easily as like, you know, enjoying a Twizzlers pull-and peel. Da, 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 da.
I mean, those are complicated.
I like Twizzlers pull and peel. Are you down with the pull and peel?
I like them, but also I don't think they have as good like teeth mouth feel as like a regular Twizzler.
Oh, they're definitely different. They're not. They don't scratch the same itch. They're two different candies, without a doubt. I do enjoy braiding the pull and peel. Like I'll braid them and then eat them.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
The bodies were found piled together in different positions with no obvious order, but after examining the remains, researchers concluded the evidence does not clearly point to a massacre.
Yeah.
Instead, marks on the neck bones suggest the skulls were carefully removed like a Twizzlers pull and peel? No, carefully removed after death using sharp tools. The research, I mean, they'd have to be sharp, I would guess.
If it's going to be careful, yeah. I
mean, if they were already skeletons, I guess you could use like blunt instruments, but like I'm guessing these were corpses when they were beheaded.
With like skin and things.
With skin and such, yeah.
Yeah.
The researchers also found that many of the skeletons remained largely intact, including fragile joints that likely would not have survived if the bodies had been left exposed for long periods. Uh-oh, the plot's about to thicken, Chell.
Really?
Only one individual, a child, was found with a skull still attached.
Okay, I'm sticking to my theory. This child killed them all and then took off their heads. And
like
died.
One of those super genius children from like the Twilight Zone or something?
Yeah, the cornfields, yeah.
Where the missing heads went remains one of the site's biggest mysteries. I mean, that's not that hard. Just call around and be like, hey, Yuri, did you find 77 heads? And they're like, oh yeah, down the road, like 84 miles. We found 77 heads. And it's like, I think I figured it out.
There you go.
Archaeologists recovered only a handful of skull fragments from the ditch, leading some researchers to wonder whether the skulls were taken elsewhere as part of a ritual practice. Mm-hmm. Well, it sure sounds ritualistic if they did it 77 times.
Maybe.
I mean, do you feel like it's not like a lark when you do something 77 times?
Yeah.
Unless that's eating a grain of rice. You could do that on a lark if it's 77 times.
I guess.
There's a lot of rice in rice. I stand by that sentence 1,000%. There's a lot of rice in rice. What, you don't think it sounds ritualistic?
No, I do. I can't imagine it's anything other than kind of the way they buried people, probably, at the time.
Yeah, but then the one child with their head on. That's the part that throws me.
Maybe they didn't bury kids with their heads off. Maybe he was the only kid in that thing.
That would seem right. Although I don't know if they didn't say that it was the only child there. They just said it was a child with the skull still attached.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quote, because of the spectacular nature of, just saying spectacular feels funny in that, of the mass disposition itself, the level of complexity with respect to the treatment of human bodies and the dispositional practices at the site is easily overlooked, the study's authors wrote. That complexity is part of what makes the discovery so significant. The researchers noted that evidence from the Vrabel could help shed light on broader questions about, quote, ritual, violence, social relations, and cosmology among some of Europe's earliest farming societies. I mean, I suppose so. It might reveal some stuff you don't want to share with everybody, but like we were just really into heads.
Yeah.
Just really into it.
Yeah, that was
everybody thing. Was. It was the 80s, the 480s BC. Scientists are now conducting additional analyses, including DNA testing and isotope studies, to learn more about the individuals buried at the site and whether they were related to one another. For now, the authors believe the discovery raises as many questions as it answers. Quote, the evidence from Vrabel adds important information for the larger picture of late LBK communities in Europe, they wrote, suggesting the site may ultimately change what archaeologists understand about life and death in the Neolithic world.
Yay!
I mean, I'm assuming that they'll at least be vaguely related, only because how deep can a gene pool be when, in the Neolithic?
I don't know.
I mean, it's not like, people are traveling alone very far. I don't know. I feel like there wouldn't be an immense amount of genetic variance.
I mean, I guess, but we really don't know.
But it would be helpful to know if like these were all people from the same like closer family and like it was some kind of a family ritual, like burial ritual thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the single child still having a head is the weirdest part.
I don't know. I'm thinking now maybe he was the last one. Like maybe they all died of an illness and he was the only one left to perform the ritual head removing ceremonies and then he died.
Oh.
And then somebody filled it in because I don't know.
He didn't have the ability to build like a guillotine that he could pull it himself.
He didn't really think that far ahead.
Well, now you're just insulting his intelligence. That's pretty rude. Okay. If you say so. I mean, they didn't even say what age the kid was. And they didn't even say if he was Jewish. If he was Jewish, then if he's 14, he's a man. That's
true. I thought he was probably younger than that, though.
That's probably so.
Because I felt like if he was 14, they might have said an adolescent.
Okay. Yeah, and I really, the big thing is I would have liked to know were there other children in there? Mm-hmm. Or was that the only child and the only one with a head?
Yeah.
But speaking of dead children, geez, what a great transition. When we get back, we're going to be talking about some ghost kids right after this. We are back, and Chell, we're heading to our old buddies at mirror.co.uk.
Uh-oh.
Where when I was skimming the weird news section of mirror.co.uk, it turned out this was like the only news story they'd published recently that wasn't very, very clearly an ad.
Wow.
Like it was, and it may still be, by the way.
I guess good for them. I hope they're getting money from these things.
One of them was like literally a story a celebrity had told about seeing a ghost once, but it really just kept talking about the movie she was in that was not even a movie about ghosts.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to move on. But From mirror.co.uk, the headline reads, Ghost kids haunt city center shop and leave tiny footprints every night.
Wow.
They are footprints. They don't look that tiny, though.
But, I mean, I guess it's open to
maybe I'm crazy, though.
interpretation.
Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Like, see? You see them?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't really compare without something for scale, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And also, why are they, like, black like that?
Yeah, that I don't know either. I mean, staff at a city center electricals shop, British people, man, electricals shop?
What?
I'm guessing it means electronics.
Maybe.
Say they're being hounded by eerie goings-on that, quote, make your skin crawl, including barefoot, child-sized footprints and handprints, mysteriously appearing on freshly mopped floors. What, Chell? I saw you think you almost say something twice. What's on your mind?
Well, I was just thinking, if the floors are just mopped and they're not dry, it's much easier to leave like footprints and like mud prints and stuff because it just gets all wet on the bottom of your foot and then it's on the floor. I don't know. I mean,
it's mostly just frustrating too. It's like, I just cleaned that and now ghosts are walking on it.
Maybe you should stop cleaning the floors then.
That doesn't sound like a good solution.
I think that's perfect.
Why do you like dirt floors, like dirty floors so much then? Why are you in the pocket of big dirty floor?
Because they pay me. I don't know.
I mean, fair. I can't argue with that. Workers at the appliance store located in the heart of Mendoza, Argentina, told the Mendoza Post that the activity has ramped up in recent weeks, and they now feel it is impossible to ignore. I assumed it was going to be in the UK because almost all their stories are in the UK, but
yeah,
Argentina. All right. According to the team, the spooky streak began as a series of odd, explainable moments, strange noises out back, the odd scuff mark where none should be. But then came clear prints that looked like the wet impressions of little feet and tiny hands dotted around the shop floor come morning, despite the place being scrubbed spotless at close.
I mean, yeah. Somebody's getting in there, huh?
I mean, like a little child?
Yeah, like a little child.
You think like little kids are just like sneaking into this place and like running around?
They're like squatting in there. That's where they sleep overnight.
Well, they're not squatting, they're walking. That's why they have footprints. Hey!
Yeah. Well, you can squat and walk.
Well, maybe you can. Miss Strong hips and knees over here.
No.
Let's see. Quote, we thought, let's document it. We took photos, we checked the cameras to see what was happening, one salesperson said. Another added, quote, it gives you a weird feeling, like there's something else here. Crucially, the store's alarms reportedly never triggered. The closed-circuit television showed, quote, no one in and no one passing. Yet the marks kept turning up by opening time. They would set off an alarm, you'd think.
What if, like, because did they like clean them? Like, I'm wondering if maybe there's something on the surface that is like oily or like a crayon or something, so that when you like mop it, it just like the water, doesn't stick on it, and you get these prints that come through. But there's
if the photo we saw is accurate, then that's not what it looks like, though. Mm-hmm. It looks like dirt.
But is that a real photo, or do they just make one?
It suggests it's a real photo.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't have an attribution, so I have no idea. Oh, mirror.co.uk. Let's see. What really rattled the staff was the shape and size of the impressions. Quote, when we close, we clean, we wash the floor, a worker told Mendoza Post. When we arrive in the morning, there are footprints like barefoot children's feet, in different parts of the store. Do you think that one day they just didn't clean the floor and the boss caught them and they're like, no, we clean the floors and this just keeps showing up?
Yeah.
It's ghosts.
It's totally ghosts.
Don't fire me.
We always clean the floor at night.
Alongside those were small palm prints, sometimes lined up in a way that suggested someone or something had been moving low to the ground, like crawling.
Were there like knee prints too?
They don't have to be knee prints. You can crawl like on just your feet and your hands. That's advanced crawling technique.
Fine.
Quote, it's like they'd been crawling through the shop, another employee remarked. The pattern, they claim, has turned into a strange routine. The evening clean banishes all marks. The morning reveals fresh ones in new spots. Quote, it leaves you with a strange sensation, said a warehouse worker. At first, we thought the noises were bleeding in from nearby businesses. Now, we don't know. Ooh. In the back, where boxes of blenders and TVs sit stacked high, the team reports bumps, shuffles, and the odd clatter, even when just one person is working alone. Quote, there are sounds, movement, one said. We thought it could be from neighboring shops, but now we're not sure. With curiosity morphing into concern, the crew dug into the site's history and claimed they uncovered an eerie echo of the past.
Oh.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Before it was an appliance showroom, the corner of Calle España and General Paz were once an area of modest, low houses and bustling tenements, according to the staff's research. Nearby ran the railway, and the neighborhood teemed with immigrant families seeking a start. In the past, the place would have had children scurrying about from dusk till dawn. That has the shop's workers wondering whether yesterday's footsteps might somehow be imprinting on today.
Yeah.
I mean, if they had found like that a school bus full of kids had blown up or something, maybe. But the fact that they were like, whoa, this was like a neighborhood before it was a building. It's like, okay. I don't know if
places were.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, I don't.
Give or take.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I wish I had like more pictures that I could look at. Because I'm wondering if it's something that just wouldn't trigger cameras. Maybe because it's too small and it's like a raccoon and they're getting confused.
Well, but I mean, I guess if the images didn't look like human feet, I don't know.
Or they like kind of look like human feet.
It could just be a little kid, like little kids running around and goofing off in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is.
I don't know how they'd not set off the alarm, but there's got to be a way.
Yeah, I wonder if like there's like the alarm is like if there's like it's like picking it up at a certain level and kids are like too low, so it's not catching it on cameras and stuff like that. I don't know, man.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to talk about an Australian farmer that discovers something else green in his grocery store salad bag that he wasn't quite expecting. Right after this. And we are back with a little bit more spooky news for you. This one's from Huffington Post. And, Chell, you don't buy, well, it says salad bag. You don't buy bagged salads. But I think that is just, that means rough greens because they call like anything that's lettuce salad in the UK and Australia.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
So, have you ever found anything in like a bag of lettuce you weren't expecting?
I don't normally get bags of lettuce.
What, do you just get a head of lettuce?
I don't really get lettuce.
Have you ever bought any greens?
Yes, of course. I've had
what do you find?
You know that like that there's bugs in the broccoli, but you've never seen any bugs in broccoli.
I've never seen a bug in broccoli,
and I don't understand what that means because there's lots of bugs in broccoli, like all the time.
I've never seen that at all.
And once a worm.
Oh God! Ugh.
More than once.
I've legitimately never seen that. I swear.
I mean, I totally believe that you've never seen it. I just don't quite understand. But
Like, you don't understand that my car insurance goes down every year instead of up?
yeah, I know. Your car insurance is magic. I get it.
I mean, it's not going down as aggressively as it used to, if that makes you feel any better.
Doesn't make me feel any better, no.
Okay. I'm sorry you have such a big problem with Ohio exceptionalism. All right. So the headline reads, Aussie farmer discovers live frog in grocery store salad bag.
Man, that would be a fun thing to find.
And it's one of those cute little green frogs too.
Aww.
Like the light green, like it looks very much like the greens in the bag.
Aww.
Melbourne, Australia. When Australian farmer Rice Smoker announced that's a hell of a name. Reese Smoker. Okay. That's a hell of a name. Reese Smoker.
Yeah.
Announced he'd found a live frog in a bag of lettuce. His housemates didn't believe him. So Smoker had been preparing a steak and salad dinner on Saturday for the 3 people who share his house in Esperance in Western Australia state when he spotted the frog among the leaves inside the sealed plastic bag he'd bought from a supermarket. Housemate Laura Jones said on Tuesday, quote, he's like, oh, bro, there's a frog in the lettuce. And we're like, no, you're taking the mick. Like, that's not real. You're taking the mick. Like, that's not real. Jones told AP, taking the mick is a slang term for attempting to fool someone.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, AP. Reese Smoker. What a name. Mm-mm. Gosh.
Yeah.
I want to be a private detective named Reese Smoker.
Yeah.
Smoker brought the bag into the lounge room to show Jones and her partner, Billy Lapine. Obviously, there's a little frog hiding out, and yeah, we all had a little laugh about it, Jones said. Lapine said they named the frog Greg before releasing it at a pond near the house.
That's nice.
They don't know that frog wants to live in that pond.
I mean, I probably would have gone on the internet and figured out what kind of frog it was and then decided what I needed to do with it. Because it could be an invasive species.
Oh, then you would have just stomped on it?
No, then I would have talked to it before releasing it and been like, listen, you can't be invasive. And then I would have let it go.
You're like, do you understand? Ribbit. Good. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Quote, we thought we'd give him a wee send-off tune as we played Crazy Frog for him, Lapine told Australian Broadcasting Corp. Crazy Frog is a Swedish CGI animated character and Eurodance musician.
Thank you, because I didn't know, AP.
No one did. Smoker and his partner Lily Ashby had bought the lettuce at a Woolworths market in Esperance the same day Greg was discovered. Man, I forget that Woolworths is still like a big thing in some other places.
Yeah. Jeez.
We don't have, I don't think we have any Woolworths anymore.
I think they're all gone. Yeah.
5 years ago, a shopper confronted a 3-meter-long non-venomous diamond python on a shelf of a Woolworths market in Sydney. Wow. Also in 2021, a shopper discovered a venomous pale-headed snake wrapped in plastic with lettuce in an Aldi Sydney supermarket.
Wow.
I feel like this is just like this should be sponsored by like Ohio, and it just says like, don't go anywhere. Just stay home. Ohio, just stay home.
Yeah.
You're fine. It's fun. You like where you are. Don't go to Australia, that's for sure. Woolworths said the frog in the salad was an isolated incident. I mean, it'd be impressive if they were like, oi, we put frogs in every salad.
Yeah.
And there had been no other similar cases reported. Quote, our teams are investigating this with our suppliers as a priority, a Woolworths statement said. Woolworths apologized to the household and provided a replacement bag of lettuce.
Just what you want, more frogs.
Yeah, you just want more frogs in your lettuce, which sounds like a really old-timey saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just end up with more frogs in your lettuce.
Yeah.
It's like, what? The old saying.
Yeah.
More frogs in your lettuce. That's
Yeah,
if you go to the doctor, he's just going to say more frogs in your lettuce.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you get that thing that you wanted, but then there's something in it you didn't expect. And then you go to get the thing again, and there's still more things that you didn't want in it.
I think you just broke me.
I'm sorry.
What do you end up with? More frogs in your lettuce. That's we're making that a saying, everybody.
Okay.
The trick to making things a saying is always attribute it to a family member. Like be like
yeah.
my great uncle always used to say, just more frogs in your lettuce.
Yeah.
That's how you get it to stick. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to head to a plane flight that had to take a U-turn over a strange bit of technical issue. I can't. I'm still thinking about more frogs in your lettuce. All right after this. Chell,
Yeah?
you don't fly a ton, right? I don't fly a ton either.
No, I don't fly a ton.
Do you have an airline you prefer, though?
No. It's been so long that they all merged and closed down, and who knows what's going on.
You know, I'm bummed because I loved flying JetBlue.
Oh.
But I don't have a JetBlue in my area. I think the nearest JetBlue is Indianapolis, so it's almost 2 hours away.
It's not so bad.
That's a drive.
But you had to go to Indianapolis.
I don't hate Indianapolis.
2 trips.
But, yeah. But it's extra a big bummer because my old boss, Mike, he told me that if I ever want to fly JetBlue, just ask, because he accrued such an obscene amount of JetBlue miles. He said that he could never use them if he used them for the rest of his life.
Wow.
But I was like, damn it. Cause like when I lived in Jersey, we would fly out of JetBlue at JFK.
Mm-hmm.
And, cause they had a JetBlue terminal. And Philly has a JetBlue terminal, but I believe the closest one to me is Indianapolis. Wow. Which extra stinks because if it could have been Cincinnati, that's only like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You can kind of like, you could get a buddy to do that for you. Mm-hmm. You know, like you could find but 2 hours each way. That's
pretty far.
That's a bit. Yeah. So, but anyway, this is from NPR, your favorite.
Oh.
No pulse required radio. The headline is United Airlines flight to Spain pulls U-turn, apparently over Bluetooth device name.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we've all heard the jokes, right? About like naming your Wi-Fi, like, you know, FBI surveillance van 3 and stuff. Mm-hmm. Ha, so funny. Or ones that just say like, you know, stop trying to steal my internet, Ned, or whatever, you know, like you just, I'm guessing somebody had added a funny name to a Bluetooth device, or a Bluetooth device just had an odd out of context name.
I assume it's a bomb.
It just says it's a bomb?
Yeah.
I'm curious. I don't know exactly what it said. So let's dig in. Okay. A United Airlines flight, from New York, New Jersey to Palma de Mallorca, Spain, pulled a U-turn late Saturday over what appears to have been a suspiciously named Bluetooth device on board. Flight tracking data shows that the flight, which should have landed in Spain after a nearly 8-hour flight, instead returned to Newark after 4 hours and 24 minutes in the air.
That sucks.
United Airlines told NPR via email that the flight turned around to, quote, address a potential security concern. Multiple posts on social media from self-identified passengers indicate that the problem was a Bluetooth device on board the plane. Several of those passengers posted photos or video of them on board the flight or in the airport with timestamps that match the flight's actual schedule. So you think it was bomb related?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, maybe it comes off as like terrorism related, but I won't count bomb as terrorism related. So
okay, so just some other terrorism related.
I'm just trying to guess. So I hope it's not anything stupid.
Me too.
Now I'm worried it's going to be stupid. I should have went with stupid. I should have made my bet on stupid. Damn it!
You can change it.
I don't want to change it now. Okay. I made my bed and now I have to turn my flight around in it. Some passengers knew little more than the flight attendants had asked passengers to turn off their Bluetooth devices. One post referenced in-flight announcements with, quote, lots of comments like, "This little joke is ruining it for everyone." I think it's going to be stupid. I'm starting to think it's going to be stupid. Audio from air traffic control sheds a little more light on the situation. One voice on the recording asked what had happened with the flight, which had recently landed back at Newark and remained on the tarmac. Wait, air traffic control was like, they must have meant like, why did we, I'm assuming that they were told the plane was coming back and they like set them up to land and then went, so why did you have to do that? Because it'd be really weird if they're like, hey, what are you guys doing here? It's like, you're air traffic control. How did you land without talking to us?
Oh my God.
What?
I'll tell you about it after this.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a security detail out there. Someone had a Bluetooth speaker and they named it a 4-letter word.
Oh,
Another voice responded. So they have to inspect the whole aircraft, including the cargo area, and passengers have to evacuate.
Wait.
That's crazy, the first voice replied. 4-letter word in this case doesn't appear to refer to a curse word, but rather a different 4-letter word that triggered airline security procedures. Okay. I got scared for a second that they were mad about like a swear word.
Like, yeah.
Quote, there is an active Bluetooth network labeled bomb. Okay.
Yay!
Chill on this one. One self-identified passenger wrote on TikTok, she shared a video of herself drinking sangria geotagged to Palma de Mallorca after the flight finally arrived. Another Reddit post of someone who claimed to be the spouse of a passenger similarly reported that the word in question was bomb and that the device was a teenager's speaker. I could kind of see naming a speaker bomb or a speaker being called bomb. Yeah. Because it's loud or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The flight eventually reboarded and landed in Palma de Mallorca. I'm having trouble with Mallorca. At 3:47 p.m. local time on Sunday, about 9.5 hours late.
Oh.
So do you think that the kid named it that or that was what it was named?
I think the kid named it that.
Yeah?
Yeah. But like I don't know if they named it that like before and then didn't think about it or if they thought they were being funny.
I just found a portable speaker named Bomb from T-Tech.
Okay, maybe it was just...
And it looks like a bomb. But like a cartoon bomb.
Yeah, maybe it was just called that.
Look.
Yeah, there you go.
It looks like a cartoon bomb. It's like a black circle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if that's what the kid had.
It's quite possible.
I guess it could be possible that there would be a bomb that would be like triggered with Bluetooth, like to, explode, and that's why they got freaked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they were like, we don't have to change the name. It's easier this way, so we know which one it is.
I mean, I think the bigger faux pas is that you even had your Bluetooth speaker powered on a flight. What are you going to use it for? You need to keep your shit to yourself.
Yeah.
You are not sharing this unless you're playing this podcast. You can play this over a Bluetooth speaker on an airplane. I'm giving you permission, but not legal permission, just moral permission.
Okay.
But that's tough. I don't know. Do you think that was not a wise move, the Bluetooth speaker, but do you think it was a wise move to turn the plane around because there was a Bluetooth thingy that said bomb?
I think you basically just just in case. Yeah. But I'm sure all the passengers, except for that one kid, are pissed the fuck off at that kid.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, see, I would have, if it were me, I would have been like, please just take us to Mallorca. I don't want to die in New Jersey. I don't know how many times I have to say it over and over. Don't let me die in New Jersey. I'm not going to die today, not in New Jersey. But damn, yeah, I was really worried that it was going to be something stupid when it said 4-letter word. I was like, oh gosh, don't tell me they like did it because of a swear word. No, bomb. Yep, that's 4-letter word.
Yep.
So before we take a break, you were going to say something?
Yeah, a couple of months ago, I don't know, did you hear about the plane that like its landing gear like came down on the highway near Newark and like hit a truck.
I think I did hear about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't know if you heard about it.
Oh, Newark Airport. I only had to fly
Yeah.
out of you once, and that was enough.
It's scary though, because if you take the turnpike right there, the planes look so low, and we're always afraid that one of them is going to hit us. And then one really did hit a truck.
Ugh. Yeah. Ugh. I'm glad I don't live so close to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base that I feel like the planes are dangerously close.
Mm-hmm.
Although there are times, because there are always like military transports like all the time over me, where you'll see one and be like, is that a really, really, really big one, or is it really low?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the best part is you never get to find out.
Yeah. I mean,
Actually, that is the best part, because that means they didn't crash or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Hooray. Although apparently there's an app you can pull up to like find out what airplanes are flying over you. But I'm not an Air Force nerd or an airplane nerd, so I don't do that.
Yeah, my sister is one of her ex-boyfriends used to do that. I mean, he was becoming a pilot, so I think that was okay. But yeah.
And she was like, too successful for me. You gotta become like a dirt farmer. So I don't know why I said dirt farmer. That doesn't really add up.
You can't really farm dirt.
Exactly. Well, we're going to take a quick break and give you guys a chance to charge your bomb portable Bluetooth speaker. I kind of want to buy one now.
Yeah, just don't take it on a plane with it on.
I mean, why would I want a portable speaker on an airplane anyway? But we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about an escaped wild animal in Texas that apparently no one can find.
Is it the cockroach?
No, sadly. I think that's New York. Well, good job. You keep teasing it, though. That's good. It's going to keep people around. Yeah, listen to these ads. We'll be right back. All right, Chell, I have a question for you.
Really?
Yes. So, if you... if a zoo animal escaped, you're shaking your head already.
Yeah.
You're just like, no. If a zoo animal escaped, what zoo animal do you think would be the hardest to find? Like as far as in Texas?
Like some sort of exotic gecko?
Okay. Because they're small and they can kind of blend in and they're used to the heat?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, and what do you imagine would be the hardest to find?
I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, fine. I'll just Wait, jump in.
The hardest to find?
Or sorry, the hardest to lose. Sorry.
Oh, like a giraffe, maybe?
Man, Chell's been on a winning streak today. Huffington Post: escaped giraffe named Gracie on the loose in Texas, and no one can find her.
Why not?
When I saw the headline, that was my response to, how can you not find it? A giraffe named Gracie is missing in Texas, and the search for her has become a tall order.
Oh.
Gracie, who is about 3 years old, has been missing for nearly 2 weeks after escaping her enclosure at the Cedar Hollow Ranch in the Texas Hill Country, said Vic Jones, who owns the remote property about 100 miles west of San Antonio. He said Wednesday that Gracie had wandered into a part of the privately owned preserve that other giraffes previously avoided.
Oh.
Do you think it was haunted or something? So the giraffes were like, we don't want to mess with that.
I assume so. Why else would they not want to go somewhere?
What do you think scares giraffes? Do you think they see visions of giraffes but with regular necks and it just chills them to the bone? They're like, never mind, don't want to be over there.
That would probably do it, honestly. That would be terrifying.
I feel like it would scare me to see a giraffe with a regular length neck.
Yeah.
You had that apartment in West Philly that had the window in the bathroom that was really, really, really high up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember the first time I ever took a shower there, I looked up and I just imagined a giraffe's head popping in because it just seemed bizarrely high up.
I thought it was perfectly high up.
Oh, I mean, I actually really liked that apartment.
It was a good apartment.
Yeah, but it just seemed funny how tall the ceiling was, and then that there was a window all the way up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense though, because it let I was going to say vapor, which is correct, but steam. It would let the steam out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember I always imagined like, hello, just be a giraffe. But it is weird that they can't find the giraffe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Jones said he has sent up helicopters to look for Gracie. A few sightings have trickled in, and a $5,000 reward is on the table.
Oh.
I feel like you should raise that reward to save face, because the longer you're the guy who can't find a giraffe in Texas, the worse it looks for you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that this is from a preserve and not like a zoo or something like that. It's a place where they're supposed to be healthy and happy. But still lost the giraffe.
Yeah.
I don't know, of all the like animals, I feel like giraffe and elephant, you're not going to lose those.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think so, but I guess not. Maybe it's hiding in a forest somewhere with lots of trees, so they can't find it.
Yeah, until it eats its way through enough that you can spot it.
Mm.
You know, like, hey, there it is. Man, you got to put an air tag on your giraffe's collar. You know, you got to.
Yeah.
But the giraffe, which stands roughly the height of a tree, hasn't turned up. Quote, she wound up going up and feeding in an area on the hillside and the rocky ledges that none of the other giraffes had ever gone on before, Jones said. And when she came down off of there, she came down on the wrong side of the gate. Aw, poor giraffe.
Aww.
Or the giraffe was like, I'm going to get my music career started.
Yeah.
I don't want to do what my parents did and just eat leaves off of branches. I want to be like my cousin. He worked at Toys R Us. The ranch is in rural Real County, where it's roughly, I don't know if I believe that the county's real now, because it's called Real County.
Is it spelled real?
REAL.
Wow. Yeah, I don't believe it either. Yeah.
Where it's roughly 2,700 residents were put on alert to be on the lookout for a missing giraffe. If I got that alert, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Granted, I live in the suburbs, so that's extra weird. But like, I guess if you live in a town that small, everybody knows about the guy who keeps giraffes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So it's like, oh no, one of the giraffes got out again.
The worst thing would have been if the giraffe had escaped on April 1st. So they put out the alert, like, be on the lookout for an escaped giraffe. And everybody would be like, right, okay. And then they would just be like in their front yard watching a giraffe like break their car, like stepping on it and be like, whatever you say. And they just go back inside.
Yeah.
Jones said the search area is extremely remote and the likelihood of Gracie encountering any humans is low. Quote, people are not in danger of her because she's not around people, Jones said. She's out in very, very rough, heavily wooded lands.
Mm-mm.
Are giraffes usually dangerous to people?
I didn't think so, but maybe. They are really big, and
They're
big things
huge.
are dangerous to people in general.
Are giraffes dangerous to people? Giraffes are not naturally aggressive or predatory toward humans, but they are incredibly large wild animals that can cause serious or fatal harm if they feel threatened.
Is that an AI summary?
Yeah, so what it means is they eat us.
Yeah,
That's what it actually means. The Texas Hill Country has one of the largest concentrations of exotic captive animals in the country. Real County Sheriff Nathan Johnson said the mild climate and rugged terrain seems to serve as a good stand-in for most of the animal's native African environments. He rattled off the list of animals that have gone missing over the years, especially after floods, but said this was his first giraffe.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd remember, you know?
Yeah.
Quote, I've had wildebeests, I've had water buffalo, I've had monkeys, I've had zebras, all go missing, Johnson said. Sometimes we recover them and sometimes we don't.
Jeez.
While the middle of Texas is not a giraffe's native environment, Jones said Gracie should be able to find plenty of leaves and other vegetation to eat, He said other animals were not likely to bother her. I think that's very fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a warthog sees that. It's like, never mind. I'm going to go over here now.
Yeah.
Jones said he initially had helicopters searching an area of 7,500 acres with no luck. A few days later, there was a report that Gracie was spotted to the south, but by the time they could search the area, Jones said she was already gone. Quote, "We're always 2-3 days late for where the information is coming from, so that makes it tough," Jones said.
Get faster information. I don't understand.
Yeah, and a faster helicopter.
Yeah, it takes 2 to 3 days to get everything mobilized. What's going on, guys?
Oh, by the way, the real county sheriff has a handlebar mustache, so rock on, sir.
Yay.
He looks like an old-timey sheriff.
Wow.
A little bit. I mean, not like comically, but... Well, I hope Gracie the giraffe is found well.
Me too.
This article's only a day old of when we're reading it, so it's like, this just happened. Animal stuff, man. There's always something weird happening with animals.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they should let her be outside and graze and not take her back, but,
I think that everybody's just in denial of the fact that she's obviously heading to Austin like everybody else seems to be.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's moving to Austin.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, I'm going to talk about a brand new sourdough bread recipe.
Oh.
Right after this. So apparently it's possible Chell already heard about this new sourdough bread.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about this?
I think so, but maybe not.
How many news articles are you getting about sourdough bread in your day-to-day?
Like a lot of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Man, I want in your algorithm.
Yeah, that's just what I get, sourdough bread recipes.
Well, this is from The Guardian. The headline is, and this is one that definitely gave me pause, "Scientists make sourdough bread using yeast found in a 5,000-year-old mummy."
Yeah.
Was this what you heard about?
I think so, yeah.
You think so? It might have been a different mummy.
It could have been, it could have been anything.
There's a lot of mummies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scientists have baked a sourdough loaf of bread using yeast strains harvested from a 5,000-year-old mummy and now plan to see if they can use them to brew beer, too. That's where where would you head with it,
I mean, I don't really like beer, so probably not there. But, yeah, totally. Go for it, guys. Sure.
If ever there was a true manifestation of Dr. Malcolm from Jurassic Park, everybody was so busy wondering if they could, they never stopped to wonder if they should.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of what's going on here.
Yeah.
Now, but the real question is, would you eat the sourdough bread? Would you have a bite?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just yeast.
Little butter or like on it, or what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, definitely some butter on it.
Butter or margarine?
I mean, I prefer butter if possible, but I can do margarine. Maybe,
Okay.
Since this is really special, maybe I could have some like jam on it too, on the butter. Yeah. Like
jam made from like ancient monster.
I mean, maybe not an ancient monster, but some sort of ancient creature, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
See, you're adventurous.
Yeah.
The yeast came from Otzi the Iceman, a famous corpse remarkably preserved by being frozen in alpine ice near the Italy-Austria border until he was discovered in 1991. I don't know why. I mean, he's been there for thousands of years, 5,000 years, but the idea that they discovered him in 1991 and just now made bread from the yeast makes it weirder to me. I'm like, oh man, it's old.
Yeah,
it's really old, but it feels old.
Yeah, that's weird, guys.
It's a little strange.
Yeah.
That's the only part of this that's strange. Otzi has been the subject of intense study since he was found and has shed much light on prehistoric European people and their way of life. Oh, I'm really curious why this happened at all and why it was anybody's idea.
I don't know.
So, scientists have been recently studying the microorganisms preserved in and on Ötzi's remains. Or Ötzi's, there's an umlaut. Ötzi's.
Oh, okay.
One unexpected result of that work was the researchers extracted yeast and then used it to make sourdough bread. Unexpected result? Like, did they accidentally make sourdough bread? Like, what?
They were just like, we have all this flour and all the ingredients for sourdough bread just sitting here. And then all of a sudden the yeast just got it and they were like, oh no! And then they like mixed it up trying to get the yeast out. And then they were like, wait, is this going to be bread now?
Well, we may as well see what happens.
Put it in the oven.
Yeah, we're all losing our grants. Are you a sourdough bread person?
I like sourdough bread, yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite bread?
I don't have a favorite bread.
Really?
Yeah.
You said that so sadly, like you're not allowed to have one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Not allowed, not anymore.
The guy told me no. So
yeah.
the bread guy.
Yeah. Court order, something.
Quote, eventually we obtained a completely normal dough that rose within 24 hours, basically just like with ordinary yeast. We made some really good dough with it. Well, you made it weird, microbiologist Muhammad Sarhan, who had said that in a statement on the website Iraq Research, where he works for the Institute for Mummy Studies.
They were probably really pleased that you made bread. That you were trying so hard to like eventually come up with the bread recipe that worked. Yeah.
Quote, I've never baked bread before and it showed, so the result definitely had room for improvement. But as I said, these were our very first experiments, Sarhan added. Now, homemade beer could also be on the menu, because why wouldn't it be, I guess?
You got yeast.
Quote, we want to pursue this further and involve specialized research teams from the food sector in the process. Bread is currently one of the obvious applications we're considering. Another is beer. We've already discussed this with experts from the German brewer Weihenstephan, he said. Okay, what I don't understand is what is is there a reason that this should be done?
I don't think so. Like, it's not like we don't have yeast. It's not like we're ever gonna like run out of yeast and so I don't really understand why, except that they could do it. And I wish I could just get paid to just make bread out of yeast from old things.
I mean, I guess that the idea is like that it might help them understand what yeast was like a long time ago. I guess. I'm just saying, like, that's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, like, couldn't you just look at the yeast and study it and see how it compares to the yeast that you know in the present? And then that would be good.
Yeah. But then I guess, chuckleheads like us wouldn't be talking about it.
That's true.
The harvested yeasts only live in cold conditions, so are believed to have entered Ötzi's body at some point after he died. Genetic analysis suggested they entered his body relatively soon after death. So this is interesting. Ötzi has long been the focus of fascination. His body preserves the oldest tattoos ever discovered, with a total of 61 markings.
Cool.
There is also huge interest in how he died high up in the mountains in an icy wilderness about 5,300 years ago, because he appears to have been shot in the back by an arrow in what is often described as one of the world's oldest cold case murders.
Wow.
Hot cold case.
Uh-huh. Wow.
He was frozen.
Yeah.
The fact that they're like, we're now could we make beer? We're talking to I guess the excitement, I think I'm trying to like put myself in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think the excitement comes from just the idea that it's actually yeast from 5,000 years ago. So just the fact that it can do things yeast does is very exciting. I mean, that's what I'm guessing the point is.
I guess so. I mean, the thing is, it's only yeast from 5,000 years ago for like a little while, and then it's not anymore because it probably gets more yeast and things, and it dies and then it has little babies. I don't know how yeast works.
Yeah, I'm not hugely familiar with yeast myself, but I just think it's fascinating. Like, we're really excited. We talked to a brewery about making beer from it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
dude.
thanks. Sure, guys.
Yep.
They're going to talk about this in like a couple hundred years and be like, people were really weird then, and they're making
so
yeast
weird.
out of dead body yeast.
Ugh,
I mean, not yeast, bread, whatever.
I'm glad we're all AI now. Anyway.
Yeah, we don't do stuff like that.
The singularity. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about photos that reveal strange sea creatures.
Oh.
Right after this. All right, so we're heading now deep under the ocean. And I don't feel like I have a lot of knowledge of your feelings on deep sea life, Chell.
It's usually very cute. That's what I got.
You don't think they get kind of weird when you get really deep in the ocean?
They're so cute though. Okay. And they have like lots of teeth. And they
But that's just the more to smile at you.
Exactly. And they like can't see because it's so dark. So they glow and stuff, and then
or they just don't have eyes because they're like, why bother?
Exactly, or something. And they're just super cool. And they can live with lots and lots of pressure, which is pretty cool.
I mean, so can I, but nobody's ever going, wow, you live under so much pressure.
Fine. Wow, you live under so much pressure.
Thank you.
Of course. I recognize you. I know what's happening.
Oh, you're too nice. Well, this is from Vox.com, and the headline is, Photos Reveal Strange Sea Creatures That Scientists Had Never Seen Before.
Yeah, they're down there.
And scientists say they found more than 1,100 new marine species over the last year, emphasizing how unexplored the ocean really is.
Yeah.
Have you heard about, I think it's Peter Thiel, the billionaire investor? He's going like super all in on, I heard this somewhere, so I haven't fact checked it or anything, that he's like going all in on data centers being built in the ocean.
I did not hear that, no.
I heard that. It could have been a rumor or it could be real. It sounds like something that, they would try, but that way they can use the natural like cooling of the ocean and blah, 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 blah.
I don't know if that's going to work, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just a thought because they're already like workers in the ocean and they build stuff in the ocean already. Mm-hmm. So it's not like it's impossible as long as you can get, good data infrastructure. And
you got those underwater cables with all the internet in them. So I guess you can just kind of tap into them and stuff.
So it definitely seems, more reachable than putting them in space, at least anytime soon.
Yes, that's true.
So, yeah, but the ocean is a vast and strange place. Chell, I'm going to show you my screen so you can see some of these creatures. You probably think that's a cute fish.
I want to see more of him, like a front view of him.
Oh, well, I don't think that's an option.
Well, then I don't know for sure if he's cute.
Wow.
I think he's cute.
I had a feeling you might. So it lives in a glass castle deep under the sea. It's not a character from The Little Mermaid, but a very real, very mysterious marine worm known as a Dalhusiella yabuki. The worm resides inside a glass sea sponge, a simple marine animal that forms a glass-like skeleton in the cold, dark waters off the coast of Japan. And it's just one of a massive trove of marine animal species that scientists say they recently discovered. What do you think? Is that cute or not cute?
It's kind of cute. It kind of looks like a little bit like a centipede or something with all its little things coming out of it. It's got some red and stuff.
And it's sort of Japanese, which makes you happy.
Yeah.
This week, the Ocean Census, a project that is set out to accelerate the discovery of sea life, announced that it had found 1,121 previously unknown ocean species since last April. That marks a massive jump in the number of newly discovered marine species in a single year, according to Oliver Steeds, director of the Ocean Census, a joint mission of the UK-based nonprofit Necton and Japan's largest philanthropic organization, the Nippon Foundation. Some of the other newly found creatures include fish, rays, sponges, and soft corals. Though it may seem that Earth is already largely explored, the vast majority of animal species on Earth, perhaps as many as 90% of them, remain undiscovered. 90% sounds a little high, but I could go either way. It could be true.
I think it's true. There's just
90%
so many
sounds
things.
high, but yeah.
But there's a lot of water.
That's true. I mean, the ocean, especially the deeper you get, it's just impossible to see it all. I mean, eventually, maybe. Quote, "This is really a planetary blind spot," said Steeds, who's also the founder and chief executive of Necton. The Ocean Census, which launched 3 years ago, is trying to close the gap in the marine realm by exploring remote ocean regions with the help of high-tech submersibles and taxonomists. And to that end, this large batch of species is an important step forward, with one large caveat. While the search for life what was it? What?
Oh, what? What's the large caveat?
Well, now I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, patience is a virtue. While the search for life beyond Earth has been a magnet for public attention, missions like the Ocean Census reveal that there is a lot we still don't know about life on our home planet, much of which looks pretty darn alien. Ooh, yeah, Chell's looking at the small ribbon worm. Most critters that the expeditions revealed are pretty small, like this striking ribbon worm. Chell, you would agree. Chell, you'd call that ribbon worm striking, right?
I think it's pretty striking. I can't tell what's going on with his head.
Yeah, or which one is its head?
I think the one with the thing is its head.
Yeah, but it might not be. You don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Found in the waters near Timor-Leste in Southeast Asia, the worm's bright colors may be a signal to predators that it produces defensive toxins, according to a press release announcing the new findings. Such toxins may be useful in drug development. Scientists have previously investigated chemicals produced by similar worms to treat cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's disease. I want to mention, by the way, this is why I always say, like, I can appreciate people who believe in nature as, like, you know, being like a naturopath. They're like, oh, but the solution to everything is in nature. Okay, but nature wants us to be dead. Nature wants us to be dead so badly that they'll give you an ailment and be like, well, if you can find this one worm at the bottom of the ocean on the other side of the planet, you can be cured.
Yeah.
Just saying, you know. Remarkably, the discovery effort also uncovered larger animals, which have likely managed to evade detection because they live at such great depths and in less explored regions. The most charismatic among them is perhaps the new species of ghost shark. Ooh. That scientists found off the coast of Australia. Though distantly related to sharks and rays, ghost sharks are not actually sharks at all, but chimeras, however you want to say it.
Chimeras?
Chimeras. A deep sea fish with a skeleton made of cartilage instead of bone. So this is the one you were looking at that you weren't sure if it was cute because you need to see it head on.
Now that I'm looking at it again, I love it.
Oh, do you love it because now you know it's a ghost shark?
No, I love its eye for some reason. I think it's really cute.
Okay. In the same region, scientists also found unknown species of ray. Would you call that a cute ray?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I've seen rays that look kind of like that before.
And an unfamiliar example of what's known as a cat shark. They're bottom dwellers with slender bodies, and some of them apparently have a feline appearance. The writer notes, I'm not seeing it in this particular fish, which was found deep underwater in Australia.
Good, because I also don't see it.
Yeah, I don't really see it looking like a feline much either.
No.
I mean, other than it appears disinterested in having its photo taken.
It is looks like it's dead, maybe. Where is it?
It's dead.
Yeah, that's why it's disinterested.
If you say so, always defending them. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll look at some more deep-sea creatures and have Michelle rate them as cute or not cute right after this. All right, Michelle, you ready to rate some more deep-sea creatures as cute or not cute?
Sure.
All right. As I mentioned, we're on Vox.com. Then there are animals that don't look like animals at all, like this unfamiliar sea sponge found in the South Atlantic not far from Antarctica, belonging to a group of animals known as the ping pong ball sponges.
Oh.
I guess I see the resemblance.
I guess.
Ooh, this animal is carnivorous and uses those balls, which are covered in tiny Velcro-like hooks, to entrap unsuspecting prey drifting by, such as small crustaceans.
That's mean.
It looks like a bunch of little balloons stuck to a thing.
I guess. I still think it looks like grapes.
Okay, but is it cute? That's what's most important.
I like grapes. So yes.
So yes, okay. Also in the South Atlantic, Oh, you don't like that?
No, I like it a lot.
Oh my gosh, it's just this. She just likes all of it, man. Hold on, I'm gonna try and show you this. Let's see.
What's happening?
Just mind your own business.
I'm confused.
It's fine. You're fine. Nothing's happening. Oops, I messed everything up. Why did I decide to do this? Okay,
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
No.
I broke it. You can just say it. I ruined it.
It's okay. Think.
Also in the South Atlantic, scientists found an unknown variety of sea pen, a kind of soft coral more than 2,600 feet below surface. I like how you're like, wow.
It's really cool.
It looks kind of like a feather, like a duster, but upside down.
Yeah.
It's kind of salmon colored, although that might be inappropriate to say, since it's a sea creature.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. It's not one individual animal, but a colony of thousands of genetically identical polyps, soft-bodied creatures with tentacles.
I don't like it as much now.
Oh, because it's a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Does that bother you that it's a bunch of little things?
Yeah, a little bit.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. It's okay, I guess. It's okay, pal.
Oh.
We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. But let's see. The announcement from Ocean Census says that scientists, quote, discovered more than 1,100 new species in a single year, but those words must be taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Fact check.
Yeah.
Proving that a species is new to science is difficult. It typically requires that taxonomists comb through existing museum collections and academic literature to demonstrate that, based on anatomical, genetic, or other traits, what they have has not been documented before. I would have thought you could just Google it.
Yeah, or look it up online in the big resource center where you have all the animals in the ocean.
I would hope that most of the stuff has been captured, and it's not like every time you have to go to all these museums all over the world, like every time.
Maybe that's how they stay open, though. So.
That's fair. They can then submit their evidence for peer review and publication, the typical process through which a species is formally described and officially named, thus becoming a new species. Many of the discoveries announced by the Ocean Census, however, have not yet gone through that level of due diligence and have not been formally described, according to Greg Rouse, a marine taxonomist at the Scripps Institute of Oceanography. That means it's not clear that all of those species are, in fact, new to science.
Okay.
I like this thing. This article is just like, now slow your roll.
This isn't that cool.
Yeah, this might be not great.
This might not even be worth reporting on at all.
Yeah, as I'm writing this up.
Yeah.
As the Ocean Census points out in its announcement, the time between collecting a species and formally describing it as new takes about 13 years on average.
It's not new anymore.
I feel like that's a really long time. I feel like you got to speed that process up.
Yeah. Jeez.
That means oh my gosh, they literally said what I was about to joke. That means some animals could go extinct before they're even described in scientific literature.
Wow.
Quote, but that 13 years is there for a reason, said Rouse, who isn't involved in the ocean census project. Formally describing and naming a species not only confirms that it's new, but also makes the species easier to study and conserve, such as through laws that protect named endangered species. I mean, a lot of these aren't in much danger that far underwater. I don't feel like people are going to be going after them. I mean, Michelle might, she wants to pet them all.
They're not going to let me pet them.
But that doesn't mean you can't try.
I guess.
Oh man, she's getting really bummed out now.
Yeah.
Is it because they'll never let you pet them?
I mean, that, and they're not new species probably, and it's going to take 13 years every time you find a new one. I don't know. To find out
that your excitement was pointless and you're just an uneducated swine.
Exactly.
Yeah, checks out.
Yeah.
Quote, the formal description process carries out the actual work to confirm novelty and provides the passport for that new species, said Tommy Horton, a research scientist at the UK's National Oceanography Centre. Without this, the formally recognized name, the species effectively does not exist for science and therefore also for policy. Karen Osborne, a taxonomist at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, similarly expressed skepticism about the announcement. Discovery alone is not enough, said Osborne, who's not directly involved in the ocean census. Quote, I don't feel like saying, oh, look, we discovered something new should be given the status of something being described until you've actually done the work to show that it's something unique, Osborne said. But she said it's a step in the right direction. Chell's been making all kinds of, like, you're giving like a kind of snooty, like, oh, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I don't think this is important. Thanks, guys. Thanks for telling me about all the stuff that's not important. I really appreciate it.
I mean, yeah, if there's one thing that the ocean census's findings are helping reveal with absolute certainty, it's that so much of the planet's biodiversity remains a mystery. That is exciting and hopeful.
I mean, quote, maybe unless we've already discovered it.
Unless they're all, we just like dig into the actual 1100 and there's just like a dog and like a squirrel and then like a goldfish and we're like, what is this what all of this is?
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, sorry, we actually already disproved that one was found before. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, but the ghost shark's in there.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man. Quote, I would love for people to know how much we don't know about how much is out there, Osborne said. We've barely scratched the surface on understanding our world. Well, considering, it's 13 years each, I mean, you're talking about like millennia to confirm all of these species. So maybe that's why it's taken so long.
It seems like we don't even understand, not our world, but what we understand. We don't even know what we know.
You'd think they could catalog it to make this easier.
Yeah. So that's what my job is now. I have to catalog all of the species.
Okay, Chell. Is that your way of saying you got to leave the show right now?
That is my way of saying
to get
bye forever.
Bye for a minimum of 13 years. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, if Chell hasn't actually run off to investigate animal species, we're going to finally talk about the cockroach thing. Yeah, I made everybody wait, but hopefully it's worth the wait. I don't guarantee anything.
It's not going to be worth it.
Right after this. All right, Chell, we're back with the Huffington Post. The headline is Cockroach Kingpin Caught with 100,000 Illegal Insects in Record Bug Bust.
Oh, I think I understand.
I hope so. I mean, that was all English.
Yeah.
Oh, but wouldn't you know it, we're back in Australia.
Oh, I don't really understand as much anymore.
Well, I mean, it's not poison mushrooms, but it'll have to do.
Mm-hmm.
In Wellington, the AP's coming from New Zealand. It is in Australia.
Okay.
More than 100,000 live cockroaches, cockroaches illegal to keep in Australia were confiscated from a single breeder in the country's largest ever seizure of exotic invertebrates, officials said on Friday. Apparently, there is quite a black market for cockroaches.
I assume they're like the big ones, like the hissing cockroaches, not like living cockroaches, which would be cooler.
The literal next line: the Hall of Madagascar hissing cockroaches and dubia cockroaches, worth 200,000 Australian dollars. Okay, so there's money to be made in this.
Yeah.
Was seized in May from a commercial breeder in the city of Bathurst in New South Wales state, according to Australia's Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water.
Okay.
So, I mean, if they have a cash value, does that mean you can buy them?
Well, maybe the cash value is on the black market.
But that's like, can you even claim that then? Like, I mean, I guess you can. They do that with drugs, but
yeah, they do with drugs all the time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The Madagascar hissing species is one of the biggest cockroaches, measuring 2 to 3 inches in length. It's pretty big for a cockroach.
I guess.
I mean, well, you lived in Philly, so I guess the cockroaches were like impressive.
I thought so. And I lived in Florida, and I know what the cockroaches look like there, too. So.
Ew. Photos released by the department showed a shiny brown invertebrate larger than a person's finger. It's much bigger than the country's common Australian cockroach, which measures between 0.9 and 1.4 inches.
Oh, they're small.
Yeah. Which is surprising because Australia is always like the most terrifying of everything. Like everything wants to kill you in Australia. I mean, I'm not making that up.
I mean, to be fair, I find small cockroaches much scarier than large cockroaches. So it's still kind of scary to me.
You know, the movie Creepshow, they had a whole thing with cockroaches, like this crazy cockroach segment in the movie Creepshow, and they filmed it at I think it was a university is where they built the sets, and they absolutely couldn't keep the cockroaches they had bred under control.
Oh no!
And supposedly to this day, like they find like that specific breed of cockroach that wasn't like normal to that area, they still find them in the school.
Oh God. That's terrible. I mean, unless they're the Madagascar hissing cockroaches, then it's fine.
I don't know if they were those. They were definitely like an unusual, more cinematic looking cockroach.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care.
Cockroaches flourish in Australia due to its subtropical climates, and the country is home to hundreds of species.
Wow.
Bathurst snake catcher Stephanie Lesser told the Australian Broadcasting Corps that the larger exotic species were likely being sold as a cost-effective reptile food because their large size meant fewer insects were needed. Officials urged pet owners to seek out crickets or wood roaches to feed their lizards instead. They haven't, I guess they haven't mentioned that they're dangerous to here, but they're going to. Because I was going to say, like, I mean, why wouldn't you want bigger cockroaches?
Yeah, I guess they're an invasive species.
Or potentially invasive. Both Madagascar hissing and dubia cockroaches are illegal to import into Australia. They can't be kept legally, bred, or sold no matter how they were obtained, the department said in a statement. Australia has strict biosecurity controls at its borders to protect its agriculture and horticulture sectors and native wildlife from pest infestations. Those smuggling in undeclared or illegal animal, insect, or plant material can be fined thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Do you think they saw that episode of The Simpsons where, was it the rabbit or what was it, or the frog, that Bart like brought some animal there and it took over the entire continent like in a week?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. You need to know The Simpsons. You're a millennial.
No.
You need to know.
No.
I'm trying to help you.
No, it's over. I'm done.
Okay, just go back to talking about Inuyasha or whatever you were into when you were a kid.
I was...
Oh, I make you mad?
No, but I didn't watch Inuyasha.
Oh,
but I did read it.
Yes, oh God, that's worse. You read it. That's way worse. That's so much worse.
Sorry.
Exotic cockroaches, quote, have not been subject to an environmental risk assessment, and they could spread disease or harm native wildlife, the statement said. So officials warned of prosecutions against those caught with invertebrates. So that's weird that they haven't, like, they don't even know that they would be bad for the environment. They just don't want them. Yeah,
I mean, I get that. But, like, also what I'm failing to understand is why wouldn't this person who's like breeding all these cockroaches, why not just breed the wood roaches that they said that you could feed the animals?
Probably because it's inefficient. Some people just want to do the better way, and the government, and it gets in their way.
I guess I get it, but cockroaches are pretty prolific, so I would think it would work out for them.
Maybe. This is the part that makes this article really weird. The last line. A spokesperson said charges were not laid against the Bathurst breeder, so the guy wasn't charged.
Okay.
For having like 100,000 illegal cockroaches.
Wow.
The cockroaches were seized and would be euthanized, the department said.
No! 100,000 lives just gone.
Yep.
Just because we don't know if it would be okay to bring it in the country or not. Why don't they just send them back to Madagascar?
I feel like that's I don't know how much 100,000 Madagascar cockroaches, how much space that takes up.
I don't think very much.
Probably not much, yeah. I mean, you could just look into it, but I guess they're trying to protect big cockroach in Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, they're like, why not breed our Australian cockroaches? It's like, well, because these get bigger, so they're better for lizards to eat.
Uh-huh. No. This puts all the other cockroach companies out of business if you do that.
Yeah, our local cockroaches, our mom and pop cockroach shops. You can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to dive into a haunted house for sale, because Michelle loves her some houses right after this. All right, so Chell, this article is actually from Realtor.com.
Oh, wow.
And the headline is Haunted Civil War Era Octagon Mansion Hits the Market in Virginia for less than $300,000 after being left vacant for the first time in years.
Oh, I hoped it was less.
300 in this market? That's low, though.
I mean, depending on where it is in Virginia, you know.
I mean, I can't imagine that there's many places in Virginia where I guess what's the square footage is what I need to know.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe it's not very big. Oh no, it's 9,802 square feet.
Okay, that's a really good price.
Oh, nope. That's a different thing. God.
It's
they're
okay.
always trying to get us to read new stuff.
Yeah.
They're showing other listings at the bottom. Who would have thought Realtor.com's goal would be to sell you a house?
Yeah.
But it's a cute looking house, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Located in Wytheville, Virginia, the historic abode, which is known as the Octagon Mansion, was built in 1870 and has been the subject of multiple paranormal investigations in more recent years, many of which were documented on its Facebook page.
That's nice, I guess.
I mean, it's a way to keep people interested, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's 6 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 5,000 square feet.
Okay, that's a very reasonable price for 5,000 square feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say my house is like, you know, about 1,000 square feet, and now they're saying it's almost worth $200,000, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
So, I feel like $295, and you're seeing these pictures. Like the interior looks pretty nice. There's pink walls,
it's hard.
Nice.
It's hard to tell because a lot of times, even if you see nice interior pictures, they're just like not showing you like the big hole in the ceiling.
Yeah. Ooh, drop ceilings in there in the hallways a little. Well, but I get it though, because it's like a very business-like, what do you call it? Like a very business-like gazebo or landing or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah.
Like it looked more like you were going into a place to buy something to me. However, from 2019, it was also home to the Octagon Mansion History Museum. See?
Wow.
A project started by curator John Cushman after he purchased the dwelling that same year after it had sat vacant for close to a decade.
Aww.
However, in March of 2025, the museum, which operated regular Dinner with a Ghost events, was shuttered for good.
No.
The dwelling is now seeking a new steward with enough gumption to take on a property with such an eerie yet rich history. And that's you, Michelle, right?
I mean, I'd live there. Yeah. I don't care.
I don't care. Octagon homes rose to popularity during the 1850s and 1860s when designers began creating the 8-sided abodes out of the belief that they would offer additional space for less money.
Mm,
I don't know that that's how octagons actually work.
I don't
but,
think so.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
No,
I really don't.
Yeah.
However, an 1848 book, The Octagon House, A Home for All by Orson Fowler, was even dedicated to espousing the benefits of living in a dwelling that had twice as many sides as traditional homes. I love that that's their thing. They're like, we can have more sides.
Yeah, that'll make everything easier.
Oh, does your house have 4 walls? What are you, a grandpa? This ain't your granddaddy's house. This has double the walls for double the badass. I don't know. Just how they marketed it. Twice as many sides. However, the fad was short-lived, and within a few decades, the Octagon House had fallen out of favor, and many of these properties built during the height of their popularity were later demolished.
Oh, no.
See, now Chell's like, I have to help them.
Exactly. Jeez.
Today, just a few remain across the country, many of which can be found on the East Coast. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
The Octagon Mansion serves as one of the more carefully preserved examples. In addition to its impressive heritage, the 6-bedroom property, which has crept its way to the top of the week's most popular homes list, has undergone a substantial remodel in the recent years that saw its 5,000 square foot interior outfitted with a commercial kitchen, updated bathrooms, and upgraded electrical systems.
Oh, yay.
Man, having upgraded kitchen, bathrooms, and electrical systems, and it's only it's under $300,000.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is.
And still, many original details remain, including the original hardwood floors, custom built-ins, and intricate millwork. The property is located in a B2 zoning, so it could be used to generate rental income as an event venue, a bed and breakfast, or a mixed-use space. Multiple entrances uniquely position the one-of-a-kind property for a variety of uses.
Yeah.
And it's haunted. Maybe. I'm doubting it's haunted. But
I don't think it's haunted.
But what do you think about the concept? I mean, you're a home inspector. I like to mention that in case people don't know. What do you think about Octagon House instead of a square house?
I mean, it's probably just really annoying, honestly. I mean, like, the kind of... It's got to be less annoying than, like, a circle, like a dome or something house. Because
there's no corners.
Yeah. At least you have like walls and sides and things. But I like can't imagine it would be more, efficient of a design. Because I just feel like it would be really difficult to have the rooms make sense. You gotta fit a bed against a wall and stuff like that. I don't know.
I mean, it is. I do think it's a little unusual.
That being said, I would totally live in a house that was octagon shaped. Sounds fine.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how it could actually be other than having more walls because of the corners, like having more corners, but you're not having any right angle corners.
And I don't think corners are particularly useful usually.
Wow. That's a little hateful.
I mean, they're a little useful, but most of the time the things are going on not in the corners. Right?
Okay.
Fine. Maybe corners are great.
Corners are pretty dope, man.
Whatever.
Well, maybe you'll luck out and you'll get to inspect one.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Probably not. No. Well, there you go. I wanted to at least have a little real estate for you.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, when we get back, we're going to talk about our topic of the month, which is a Pied Piper mystery. Because I've always found the concept of the Pied Piper really interesting, and there's a lot of dark, weird stuff involving it too. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get educated on the Pied Piper mystery right after this. All right, we're back, and Chell has agreed we were talking about this during the break, has agreed to recount us with her favorite telling of the Pied Piper. So, Michelle,
No,
you got it.
I don't even know. There was like this person, and then like he had like a thing, pipe flute, maybe
A pipe flute, yeah.
Sure. And
Yeah,
then like you get all the kids, and that's it. The end.
Wow. And I thought my bedtime stories were a bit efficient having a single mom, but wow, that was go to bed, door slam.
Yeah.
Well, the Pied Piper, I mean, like we've all heard versions of it in movies, TV shows, or from family members. But basically the idea this piper comes along and he can play a pipe or a flute or whatever, and he can make, like, I think it was rodents. It was like pests. He could make pests all follow him into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like the thing he could do. And people were so happy about him getting rid of the pests, but then I guess they refused to pay him. Hence the phrase, you have to pay the piper.
Mm-hmm.
And because they didn't pay him, he did the same thing, but took the children into the woods instead.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dark.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Why you got to pay people when you enter a business contract with them.
Even a verbal one, that counts.
Yeah, it does count.
Yeah. Well, this is from folklorethursday.com, written by a guy named Al Ridenoir, who has a podcast called Bone and Sickle, which I actually really like. It's a folklore podcast.
Oh.
But he wrote this article, and it's entitled A Pied Piper Mystery. And it kind of digs into the history and the concepts of the Pied Piper. And I've always liked this story. I don't know why. I think it's the simplicity, the idea that he could play the pipes and make like snakes or rats leave, and then he could play the pipes and just take all the children. I think that's really scary. And supposedly based on a true story of some sort.
Of some sort.
Well, that's folklore, though. It's based on a story of some sort. Like the old lady who lived in a shoe. Well, there was an old lady and she lived in a house. And if you squinted really hard, it might kind of look like a shoe. I don't know. That's the story, but that's where it came from, I don't know. It's folklore, man.
Yeah.
While the Pied Piper of Hamelin is undeniably a fairy tale, it's uniquely grounded in real-world specifics. The date, for one, and this is one of the reasons I chose this, the date of June 26, which is the Friday before this airs. So June 26. That's the date in 1284 when the town lost a significant portion of its population, a matter treated as fact in the first written allusion to the incidents. The initial 1384 entry in Hamelin's Town Chronicle says, quote, "It is 100 years since our children left." What are you thinking?
Thinking that I accidentally killed the little gnat that was flying around my face.
Why'd you do that?
I just wanted him to go away, so I squeezed him. And then he died.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that kind of person.
I'm sorry.
Well, geez. Hopefully you never learn how to play a pipe.
Yeah.
Presumably, the incident was so well known that it required no further explanation. It would have been familiar for... What?
Oh, I said, wow.
Oh, how dare you?
Oh, yeah.
It would have been familiar from oral tradition and had already been represented in a window installed in Hamelin's Market Church in 1300. Though the window was destroyed in 1660, a painting from 1592 reproducing the window confirms some of the earliest elements of this story, showing a piper and children heading toward what appeared to be a cleft in a mountain.
Oh.
I do like how it's like, when you're dealing with European history, there's a lot of those crazy jumps where it's like, anyway, let's jump to 1384. Let's jump to 1284. Let's jump back. But then, mentioning a window was installed with a representation in 1300, but it got destroyed in 1660, but somebody painted it in 1592. It's just, that's a long period of time, like 360 years that window was up.
Yeah.
So I guess somebody was like, that's cool. I'm going to recreate it. We know a few more details were fixed to the story by the 16th century as they are painted on a gable of a building of that era. that came to be known as the Piper's House. I think it's very strange that there's all these cryptic references in this little town that are like really old references.
Yeah.
It gives the number of children as 130.
That's a lot of children, I think.
That is a lot of kids.
Yeah.
The loss occurred through a piper, it says, one dressed in pied or multicolored clothing. So I'm pied.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so cool now.
Cool, I guess.
I always wondered what pied piper meant. Now I get it.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, and it makes sense. I mean, he's dressed in all these colorful clothes and entertain children.
Mm-hmm.
He led them off to, quote, Calvary near the hills. The allusion to Calvary, the site of Christ's crucifixion, has been taken as an allusion to a sort of fate or martyrdom. That's really creepy, actually.
Yeah.
So it says the piper took 130 kids to Calvary near the hills, and Calvary was the site of the crucifixion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually really, like, I'm actually, like, disturbed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's so cryptic, but
yeah.
But also, like, I get it now, and I get that they would get it then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some time after this inscription was created, the final element of the story appears. The plague of rats.
Oh, okay, I understand, maybe.
Well, I mean, because the Pied Piper was, got all the rats to leave town.
Mm-hmm.
In the story, at least.
Mm-hmm.
A nutshell refresher on the story as it was finally consolidated. Hamlin is overrun with rats. A mysterious piper shows up offering a fix for the right price. The mayor agrees. The stranger plays his pipe to draw out the rats and steer them into the Weser River to drown. The mayor reneges on payment, and the stranger leaves, only to return on June 26 to lead the town's youth away into a cave in a mountain. So but I mean, I get it. He reneged because, like, the rats were already drowned. So what is he going to do? Undrown the rats?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
And he's a bad person. So
for drowning the rats?
No, for reneging on his promise. Yeah.
I mean, I like rats, but at this period of time, they were pretty bad news.
I mean, I wouldn't want the rats drowned, but I'm just going to let that be in this case because I don't know.
Fair enough. While we know the rats are merely an element of the storyteller's craft because rats actually can swim quite well, that's a really good point. Although I guess they could have been hypnotized to where they're just like walking into the water and just not doing anything.
I guess.
I'm just saying.
That doesn't sound realistic.
You're right. That's the one, you poked the one hole in this whole thing. The sober entry in the Town Chronicle and stained glass commemoration of the event only 16 years after the fact, as well as the specificity of the gable inscription, all argue for a real-world tragedy that calls for explanation.
Mm-hmm.
So, what answers have been proposed? Well, we'll get to that right after this quick break, so make sure you pay your piper. And by that I mean support a sponsor or something. I don't know. I like you anyway. Right after this. So, let's look at what answers have been suggested on the Pied Piper mystery in Hamelin. Hamelin? I think is how you say it. One theory has to do with the plague. That was kind of what I was thinking with the rats.
Yeah.
Here, the Piper is simply a symbolic representation of the Grim Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
In reference to the plague, death was frequently represented as a musician in the dance macabre trope. Okay, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, if you meet musicians, I could see them being death.
Mm-hmm.
But the Black Death did not arrive in Europe until 1347, which was 50 years after the incident.
So
that surprises me. I really thought this was about the Black Plague.
Yeah. That would have made sense.
It's also been suggested that Hamlin's youth left to take part in the Children's Crusade, an effort to retake the Holy Lands not by warfare, but by evangelizing presence of children. However, the Children's Crusade was supposed to have happened in 1212, not 1284. How or whether the crusade happened at all is also subject to debate. Yeah, we are getting real far back.
Yeah.
Like, I like that it's not just like, it could have been this thing, but also we don't know if that thing even happened.
Yeah.
And if it did, it probably happened in this time. But again, we don't even know.
Yeah.
Because it still blows my. I really thought this was about the Black Plague because there's so many folk tales and fairy tales and nursery rhymes that are all related to the Black Plague, which obviously, I mean, it affected a lot of people. So people would make art about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would assume at least some of it might have been retroactively put on it, later on, like when they were reinterpreting it. A more attractive theory relates the loss to the medieval dancing plague or dancing mania, a form of mass hysteria during which groups ranging from dozens to thousands were seized by an uncontrollable desire to dance or leap about wildly for days, weeks, or even months at a time, usually to the point of exhaustion and sometimes death. You seemed very knowing when you heard that. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
You've heard of dance mania?
Well, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Really? What do you know about it?
I don't know. Just like that it happened and that it was probably mass hysteria.
Oh, okay. See, I lived through Hulkamania, but I made it,
Yeah, I know that was rough though for you.
It wasn't easy. This theory at least fits into the appropriate chronological window as the dancing mania afflicted mainland Europe beginning in the 11th century and lasting in some places into the early 17th. And it keeps the piper as a literal musician leading a sort of dancing procession out of the city. Okay. I could see that.
I guess.
You don't think that holds water?
No, I mean, I guess. Sure. I don't know. I feel like but then what happened to these kids? They just danced. And that was it.
Into the woods and never came back?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
I guess.
I mean, you really seem to hate that theory.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think you do know. Fine. Those overtaken by dancing mania were often said to travel while dancing. The Hamlin story seems not so different from what happened in 1257 in the German town of Erfurt, a couple of hours to the south. There it's reported that 1,000 children left the town furiously dancing, leaping, and singing, traveling 15 miles to the town of Arnstadt. Most of them, however, did return.
You would think so.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, when I have dance mania, I don't. It sounds like a video game that you like that. It sounds like when your town is too poor to have a Dance Revolution at the arcade, so they have Dance Mania instead. Yeah. And you're like, and they're like, it's just as good. And you're like, it isn't, but I'll play it anyway.
Yeah, that's all we have.
Were you a DDR person, a Dance Revolution person?
No.
No?
No, I was not.
Me neither. Adherence to this theory suggests that since the mania proved contagious, Hamlin might have hired a piper to lead the dancers beyond the city walls to prevent city-wide infection.
Okay, sure.
I'm not going to lie, I'm so fascinated by dancing mania, I just wrote it down to study it for Terrifying and True.
Okay.
I really want to know more about dancing mania. That's bizarre to me. And the idea it's contagious and everything, what is this?
Yeah, because it's mass hysteria.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I want to know more about mass hysteria as well.
Okay.
I'm just having trouble. Like I understand that those are things, but I don't understand them.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Perhaps it was conceived as some temporary measure, but some unexpected evil befell the children once they were removed. But the dancing mania itself is so little understood that it hardly feels like a rational answer to our question.
Yeah.
One of the most widely accepted theories posits a mass emigration. This explanation understands the so-called children of Hamelin metaphorically as those who belong to Hamelin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
And that is a usage more common in Germany. It suggests that a generation of youths, young men, or young families left en masse to seek their fortunes in more promising lands, namely Baltic regions to the northeast, the former Pomerania and East Prussia, Moravia, now Czech Republic, or Transylvania, Romania. So now I think we're getting to Dracula finally.
Yeah, then they all became vampires. Got it.
All of these areas were settled by German migrants during the period in question. The Grimm's version, which itself is supposed to have been synthesized from 11 earlier sources, explicitly mentions the last, saying, quote, "Some say that the children were led into a cave and that they came out again in Transylvania."
There you go.
Okay. In the emigration scenario, our piper would have been the figure historically known as a locator, a Latinate coinage meaning relocators.
Mm-hmm.
These individuals were employed by nobility to recruit military, agriculture, and trade workers needing to colonize underpopulated or hostile areas under their rule. Okay.
This is
so
not
now we're getting
like
into government.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, now, but it's like sounding like, oh, okay, they just went on to a different place. Yay, everything's fine.
Yeah. Maybe. The locator would have arrived as a stranger, perhaps in a foreign uniform or brightly dressed, to attract attention, and may have announced his presence in the town with musical fanfare. The pipe playing of the folktale could have thus been a sort of song and dance likely to take in younger, gullible folk, eager to enjoy the promised riches of these eastern lands.
Mm-hmm.
This last theory seems the most reasonable, but ascribing the piper's dress and music making to the locator, while interesting, may be overburdening the theory a bit. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't sound like, whatever it was, it sounds like if a locator came to their town, he was not a good dude. Like he sounds like he was kind of a charlatan who convinced them to convince everybody to leave their home, and clearly the home grieved it for a very long time.
Yeah.
The story is a folktale after all, and the motif of enchanted music used to seduce mortals into another realm is a staple of fairy stories throughout Europe. It is, like the element of the rats, quite likely a bit of embroidery by storytellers steeped in lush lore. Yeah, I think that sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That is interesting, though, so instead of a piper coming and stealing the kids, it was like basically a powerful representative of some lordship coming and being like, hey, you kids want to go somewhere where it's like way cooler than here? Come with me.
Yeah.
Look, I have funny pants.
Yeah.
In the early years of the story's evolution, the seductive music could also be the most psychologically compelling element of the story, healing wounds in a community that suffered this loss, regardless of the cause of the tragedy, through plague, children's crusade, dancing mania, or mundane recruitment efforts. Ascribing this tragedy to an irresistible supernatural agency might relieve the sense of guilt of those remaining behind.
Yeah.
And for modern audiences, the magic piping does, after all, make for an engaging tale, one that's lived to mark its 735th anniversary at the time of this writing.
Wow.
To me, it sounds more like it's almost like, like I was saying, like it's grieving them all leaving.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, geez. Yeah, I never thought about, like, I always just assumed because of the rats, the Pied Piper was about the Black Death.
I
had no idea about this.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it at all, honestly. Sorry.
You don't think about folklore at all because where you grew up, nobody ever told any fun stories or anything. Nobody saw ghosts or heard about ghosts or anything.
Sure. I mean, we weren't all folklore-y like you are, but we definitely saw ghosts and stuff. It just things.
Where'd you see ghosts?
In my house.
Okay, but what about big feet?
No.
See?
I was from city people. We didn't have big feet.
Oh, so now you're calling me a yokel. Wow. Is everybody hearing this?
I mean,
wow.
Just a little. Jeez.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and wrap up this month's episode of Monthly Spooky with some horror films I saw in the theater, and Michelle bringing us what she has described to me as the most terrifying Reddit entry ever known to man.
No.
They can't hear you shaking your head, so they don't know that I'm setting you up for failure. But we'll get to all that right after this. We're back wrapping up this month's Monthly Spooky, and I wanted to talk about horror movies I saw in the theater, but there actually weren't a lot this go, which I guess makes sense because last time there were like 6 in the theater. It was a lot of horror movies to see all at once in the movie theater. But this go around, we had one actual horror movie, one sort of horror movie, and one parody of horror movies. The parody, of course, was Scary Movie, which I didn't love it, but it was amusing. It's literally just for millennials who remember how much they loved Scary Movie.
Yeah.
But the movie even makes fun of that because the whole point is that it's a reboot of Scary Movie. Like, so it's self-aware that it's a reboot, and it does all the stuff that the horror reboots do and makes fun of it.
Okay.
Which I did appreciate. They did a lot of cool stuff like that. They also, one thing that really amused me is they keep establishing like young characters that are supposed to replace the originals. And then the originals are just like, I don't like any of you. like you guys are annoying. So it had some funny stuff, but I will say that it mostly went after Scream 5. I think it was Scream 5. Like it took Scream 5's entire structure and redid it and really pointed out how not very good Scream 5 is.
Oh, wow.
Because when I heard people complaining about it, I was like, most of your complaints are actually problems Scream 5 had with like the way it introduced and killed characters and stuff. It just didn't work super well. But it was fine. If you love Scary Movie, you should go see it because you'll get a laugh out of it, and you'll be like, haha, I remember when that was funny before. My back really hurts. I have a mortgage. Is there low sodium options at dinner tonight? You know, that kind of thing. But I had fun with it. I was not a huge Scary Movie fan as a kid, but I liked it fine. I thought it was funny. As far as straight up horror movie, I saw Passenger, which was a film about haunted roads, basically about the idea that there are ghosts that just live on roads in general. And like, if you're on quiet roads at night, like you never stop, like ever, because you can welcome this spirit. It had some really cool stuff. Like it used hobo markings.
Oh, cool.
You know, yeah. That's a major part of it, is that there are hobo markings because they realized that this symbol left on cars, it looks like 3 claws scratching, but it's actually the symbol for not a safe place from hobos. It had all these cool things, like they're meeting with like caravanners and people who live on the road. And somebody even says like, you stopped? And they're like, yeah. It's like, you never stop on a quiet road at night ever. You just don't. And I just love the idea that like all these like vagabonds know this stuff. Like they're like, no, they're spirits. And I also thought it was really cool because it's just a perfect little supernatural horror movie. I mean, it's just fun and creepy. But one of my favorite elements was when they're fighting off the monster at one point, the thing that gets it to like break away from them is that's the other thing about the movie. There's a husband and wife, or a boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're doing van life. Like they're living in a van and traveling and everything. And I realized this is the first horror movie I'm aware of that has van life in it. And I couldn't believe there hadn't been one yet.
Yeah. Wow.
So they're like living in the van and driving around, but he's Catholic, and he has a Saint Christopher, the patron saint of travelers, and it like burns the demon away. And then as we kind of learn what is going on, it basically turns out it's like the evil anti-Saint Christopher.
Oh.
Like, it's like the opposite. It's the demon of travelers versus the patron saint. It was just kind of cool and fun and very like exorcist-y in that way. So I had fun with it. And then I saw The Death of Robin Hood, which is not really a horror movie, but it was really, really good. No one is really seeing it, and that's fine. It kind of came out, not a lot of fanfare, but I loved it. I thought it was super good. That director, his name is escaping me right now, but he did the movie Pig, which I loved, and he did Quiet Place Day One, which I also loved. He has a superpower of making a pretty good movie, and then the last 20 minutes, your jaw is just on the floor. It's so good. Because I was watching, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. And then in the last 20 minutes, I was like, this is one of the best movies I've seen this year. Holy crap. Like, it's when the cards are down and characters are reaching whatever the end of their arcs are, he just pulls every stop out and makes it so emotional and powerful and good.
Cool.
So anyway, so those are the films I saw in the theater. Chell, tell us about the scariest Reddit post you've ever encountered in your life.
No. So
okay, then tell us a different one.
Okay, good. So I was having some trouble because it's not a good month. But anyway, so there's this person, and they basically, her family, her mom and her grandma, just were going to move to a new house. And one of the reasons that they bought the house is because it had like a big finished basement. So the poster was like, I'm going to live in the basement. Like, there's a separate living area and a bedroom. And then the mom and the grandma, the grandma has like the master, and the mom has just one of the other bedrooms. So there's 3 bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms upstairs. Cool. Everything's good. Whatever.
Yeah.
I guess. Go on. They go, I think her and her mom, I don't think her grandma came. They like go on a trip somewhere, come back. The basement is gone. And they're both like, why is there no basement? Oh, wait, no. Her mom is like, there's never been a basement. But she's like, but I lived in the basement. But her grandma's like, I'm pretty sure there was a basement. And the grandma doesn't live in the master bedroom anymore. The poster does. And she's like, I don't, and like all her posters are up and stuff. So like, it's her bedroom. But she's like, but there was always a basement. And I don't understand. And they called like the realtor, and the realtor's like, no, there's no basement in that house. So she's like, what's going on? That's what happened.
Yeah, that one's tough. I mean, to make an argument about what do you got?
Well, then 2 days later, she edited it, and she said, we had a gas leak. So if that's true, they had a gas leak. If not, none of that was real.
Sounds like a classic gas leak scenario.
I mean, yeah, it's...
Wow.
People were talking about, like, a couple years ago where there was someone who was like, there was a closet, but the closet is gone. It's not a closet anymore. And there's always this closet here, and I can't find the closet anymore. And then they posted, like, 2 days later, and like, I have a brain tumor. So,
God.
Like, yeah, so they were comparing it to that one. So if you think things have changed a lot, you might have something seriously wrong with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, because we've all had, like, moments where memories are vaguely, or like mildly wrong, and then we just kind of correct it. We'll just kind of be like, oh, I thought this was like, I thought this place had a 2-car garage. And you're like, no, obviously it didn't. Like, you've lived here. Like, there's no 2-car garage. Just for some reason, your brain flipped, like crossed a wire. And for a second, you just thought of a different garage for some reason, because brains are complicated.
Yeah.
But we usually just go, oh yeah, that was just a whoops. No, like we're done. But if you were like suffering from brain tumor, or you were being poisoned by a gas leak, it can be harder to differentiate those things. It can be harder to correct, you're just going to keep kind of spiraling off, I guess.
Yeah.
That is my favorite Reddit trope is the whole, like, do you have a carbon monoxide detector? I've always found that funny, but also incredibly useful.
Yeah, it is, because it's really happened where people have lived in a house and thought that something was really, really fucked up happening, and it turned out they were just being exposed to carbon monoxide. So,
yeah. I mean, I'll be that way when I'm really stressed out, but it'll be like about like No, I'll just think something for sure was there, and then I have to realize, like, nope. Or, like, like, I'll wake up in the morning, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, obviously. Why was I looking for Toblerone? I never bought a Toblerone. Why would there be Toblerone in the house? Like, they're little things that don't, like, drive you crazy. They're just, like, little moments where you're like, I thought I did. Well, whatever. I'm going to go back to my life. Maybe I just live too stressed out. You did acknowledge I live under pressure, which I appreciate.
So, and I know you don't need a carbon monoxide detector because you don't have any gas in your house at all. No, that's not
my
true.
Water heater.
Your furnace and your water heater.
Yeah.
Oh,
natural gas.
Got to check your carbon.
And I have a carbon monoxide detector.
Have you checked it? One. Is it okay? Has it been there for more than 10 years?
Not for 10 years. No, it's been there for 2.5.
Do you change the batteries every year?
It's plugged in.
Do you change the batteries in the plug-in thing?
Now I'm going to check because you're making me nervous.
Sorry.
See, and then I'll be like, but I my carbon monoxide detector doesn't have batteries. Then I'm going to look at it and it'll take batteries. And I'll be like, what the I guess it's not working because I didn't remember.
It hasn't been on in years because it was supposed to have batteries.
Well, thank you, Chell, for taking us through another creepy brain tumory Reddit experience.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys all for joining us for another edition of Monthly Spooky. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoy what we're doing here, make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcast app. And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It really does make a big difference and help other spookies like yourself discover the program. If you want to email us, you can do so at weeklyspooky@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And of course, if you want to support us in a very direct way, go to weeklyspooky.com/join and sign up for our Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus shows every month and over 5 years of creepypasta readings and audiobooks to enjoy. That's at weeklyspooky.com/join. So, my friends, until next month on the last Monday, we're going to take off and hide until then, I guess. Or at least Chell will.
Yeah,
I'm stuck in front of a microphone every day.
Sorry.
But, Chell, I'm giving you the last word specifically about deep sea creatures.
Cute.